Well, this is the end. I've completed my task. I got this down to a decent matte finish. Of course, if you can't tell, but running my hand over it is still a little wavy, but it's acceptable. Seems like to really like to collect dust. I don't know if it's got some sort of electrical charge or something, but I think this is a better way to go than the gloss. And then I got the backdrop. I had to take the shelf off. I don't know if you can. The original owner just plowed a hole into the wall, shoved some wood into it, and screwed the shelf into it that way, and it was coming out. And then to pocket this was going to be too much of a pocket. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and just put another shelf right on top of that, a new shelf. And I drilled the concrete out and have proper concrete screws in there. And of course, this putty is a nightmare. But after it dries for a day or two, I'll come back and get that addressed. I'm not too really concerned about the backdrop. Nothing's ever going to go on there. So just gives me kind of a nice little area to work at. But I think the matte finish really, if you compare, the gloss looks nice, but that matte finish is just really silky smooth. Just really came out pretty good. It took quite a bit to get it sanded down. I mean, I spent probably a good 3 hours sanding on this just to get it down. So yeah, I like it. And I got one other thing. A work mat, which the dumb quats folded up and put into a box, as you can tell, instead of rolling it and putting it into a cylinder like they should have. I think that's pretty much a permanent bit of damage right there. That's definitely creased and not coming out. So for now, I'll find some use for it, but I think what I'm going to do is head to the kitchen store at some point in the next few weeks, and they've got silicone mats. I'm going to see what they have, or find an American company that makes these and will ship it rolled up instead of folded like that. Yeah, I mean, look at the crease on that. I could use this, but the point is, when I buy something, I want it to be friggin' perfect. I don't want to have to deal with this ignoramus nonsense. And that's exactly what this is. This is just plain ignoramus nonsense. But anyway, the idea, is to have a work surface, and I can avoid, for the most part, adding any sort of damage to the table. I like this because it had a lip, so I don't know. We'll see. I might end up cutting a piece of terry cloth to fit in this, so this might not really matter in the end. I like using the terry cloth, and if you've noticed out in the shop, I've got terry cloth on the bench, and that's because when I'm working with things, you drop something and it hits a hard surface like this, and it goes bing, and it bounces up, and as soon as you watch it go down, between where it bounced and where it hits in the ground, it just vanishes into the ether, and then you never find it again. So science has not been able to explain that yet, but that's why I went with terry cloth, because once you drop something, it holds it. And I figure, I'm going to drop something and it's not as hard. Maybe it won't bounce as hard, but I think, I'll figure it out. I'm not completely decided yet. So in any case, this is the last on the bench here. So the thing is done. It's going to get a shelf to go right across there, and then that's it. And so as far as the anodizing room goes, I'm pretty much broke. I've maxed my credit cards out, and most of my money is going just to keep up with making my credit card payments right now. But I'm pretty much just down to needing the chemicals, and then I've got to start getting my website and business licenses so I can get up and running, at least with the anodizing. And then I need a few things to start production on my other product out in the shop for machining on aluminum, which is going to be inserts for cutting on aluminum. And those could be kind of expensive, because you usually got to buy a pack of them, and they're about $120 for a pack. And I need 3 different inserts. I need one for the boring bar. I need one for the normal tool, whatever you call it, for finishing the outside, and then one for the cutoff tool. And so I've got that. I'm waiting on, and then that's going to require yet a separate website. And so there's still a bit to go before I'm completely operating. So yeah, certainly money would definitely help the situation along. It's kind of frustrating because I've been at this for about 3 years, and a lot of money and a lot of effort invested, and I'm right at the finish line. So I'm hoping within the next couple months I will have all this solved. Hopefully within the month I'm going to have the anodizing room completely done, and then the month after I'll be ready to start production on my products in the shop. So there it is. That's the state of things. Came out pretty nice. I mean, it's got a pretty nice look. There's nothing on that. It's just the wood. But I did give it some spray varnish. I got some of this from Home Despot. And what I did is I sprayed the back of that really good because concrete holds moisture, and I wanted to prevent as much moisture absorption as I can into that wood, because oak is pretty porous. And then I sprayed the outside, so it's just got a basic, there's no reason to put any of this on that. And I wanted to initially just glue it to the wall, but when I got it up there, the board, over the months that it's been sitting down there, it warped, so I had to pretty much bolt it up like that to get it to push against the wall and conform to the wall. So I don't know that anything's ever going to go there. We'll just see as time marches on, maybe. So for right now, it's just a blank slate to use however I need down the road, however the situation presents itself. So yeah, bench built by previous homeowner, bench modified by me. And that's pretty much the way it's going to stay for the remainder of the life of this house. So, all right, folks, have a good one. We'll catch you on the flip side.